Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Holler with me, Herd 37. So in our last episode, we flew from Daytona Beach all the way up to Helsinki. Finally got that TriStar going a long distance. Started figuring some out of the fuel. Didn't figure it all out because a couple engines did shut down, but we did get them fired back up. All right. So in this episode, though, we're going from Helsinki to Barcelona. It's about 30,000 or so pounds overweight, but we don't need a ton of fuel to get there. It says it's 1,418 miles. I guess that's straight there. The actual length is going to be about 1,606 miles. I've already got her loaded up here. And we've got Mega Airport Helsinki, Mega Airport Barcelona, and Orbex's Open LC Europe, parts 2 and 7. 2 is Scandinavia, 7 is Spain, and of course the meshes, which we always use. Alright, so we've got our loaded up, 61,610 pounds. Gives us about 150 more than we actually need. I like doing that. Alright, 12:30. Let's back it up just a little bit. Even though we're flying out to the west, so time actually works with us. We'll make it about, screw it. I'll make it 11:30. I don't know why the hell I moved it. Let's go meet over at the plane. Alright, everybody. Here we are at the plane. Parked us like crap again. I don't know why they always do that. They put you right back in the same spot, but they can never get you straight. Yes, is still here. Looks like maybe somebody's gone. There's no one over here. Bunch of planes over there, though. I do like the airport. Let's go over here. Parking brake is on. Go ahead and turn on the power. Get the APU started. Let's go over here to our fuel and payload. Get out the notes. I know it was like 60,610 pounds. So we'll just use the external 1 and 2, so we don't have to worry about fuel on a flight like this. And there we go. So it's going to be 30,805 in each tank. Alright, so it's going to bump it up by 22 pounds total. What was that? 30. 816. Yeah, right at 0. Alright, so 61,600. Yeah, it's just like 22 pounds more than what we had planned. It doesn't really matter. APU started, voltages are up. So we go over to the APU, use the APU. So I guess we can just go ahead and turn these off. We don't usually do that, but now that I notice them. Those pumps on. And actually, let's go over to this view. Back up and we'll get her started up. Get that on. DLC off. Pitot heat. Everything on. Alright. Engine 2. $14, $15, $16. Alright, we go to data. Flight plans. Actually, I made 2. I accidentally made one to Madrid, and then as I was thinking about it, I was like, I think I've screwed up somewhere. So I'm used to going to the K's. EFHK, LEBL. See, I made one to Madrid accidentally. That would have been bad. Activate and execute. Engine 3. $14, $15, and $16. Taking off on 33. I do believe this 33. It's kind of a weird SID. VAM R1P. Engine 3 is good. Engine 1. 14, 15, 16. Alright, coming in. We're gonna land. They might not have. Did not have ILSs? Yes. I was gonna say, that's what I thought. I don't know why they put the other ones first. 7 left. So we got the Y's and Z's. It's got CASP 1U. Transition, execute. Work to the legs. Gotta get the perp in it. There we go. Put 3 on the reserves. Cruising altitude will go 34,000. Let's check out these legs. If you've got any discontinuities or anything. We got like 11 pages. It's longer than the one we just did. Okay, this is going to be 10 now. Alright, 34,000. Let's go ahead and set that right here. $34,000. Like that, bring up our GPS. Alright, 326 is the runway heading. I'm lost all of a sudden. I started thinking, daydreaming for a second. That was weird. Got myself lost in my thoughts on what I was doing. Alright, 245. Switch this over to FMC. Alright, gotta turn. Always forget to turn on the flight directors. Nav, for the altitude, we're going to climb at about 2,400 feet a minute. And actually, as well, go right over here. Before we get this, turn it over to Gen 2, turn off the APU. In 33, I believe that's back over here. Yep, that's where he's going. Parking brake can come off. We'll start our pushback. So we can see while we trim. There we go. You ever notice, like, I like a lot of the Aerosoft airports and everything, but if you ever notice, like, the textures aren't quite up to par with, like, someone like Orbex. Like, you know, just stuff like that in carts and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I really like a lot of the Aerosoft airports. They're so much better in stock, but there's something about them. Something about Aerosoft. I don't know. Like, they're a lot better than most, but, like, compared to, like, Orbex, which I think Orbex is the best, even maybe like Fly Tampa and Taxi Gate, sometimes their textures are even better. There's something about Aerosoft. It's like, I don't know. I mean, like I say, I like them. It's just, I don't know. I just don't think they're up to par with some of the best. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess this is a taxi line, so it wouldn't be that bad. Other than that, this is horrible. Alright, stop pushing me back. I'll flip on my taxi lights. Start our taxi. Apparently not far to go. That's where we maybe should have... Well, no, I guess if we would have come in that way, we would have gone way back to the other side of the airport. Let's go catch that Lufthansa. He's sitting there. Or did he just stop before he goes on? It kind of seems like he's just sitting there. Is he gonna make his move? Is there someone coming in? I don't see any lights. He might be moving though. He's moving. My view isn't sliding around. I noticed that a little bit the last time. I'm kind of liking that. Because when that thing moves around, then I got to use the keys to move back so I can get myself lined up. It makes it even harder to do these turns, and I don't turn very well anyway. There's TNT over there. They're a cargo company. I didn't know that until I started really getting into flying. Because TNT has fuel trucks. I used to work around the airport, and TNT was one of the fuel carrier for them. To go and fuel the trains up and everything. I had no idea that they were like some big transport company. Although I think they're bigger maybe in Europe than in the U.S. So like I said, I never even knew about them until I started working around those trains. And they had a small area where they had used to keep like 3 or 4 fuel trucks over there, and then you'd see them every once in a while going and filling up the trains. And they weren't at the actual train station. Where did that taxi line go? There it is. That is terrible. That turn was just... I apologize. That was terrible. So Lufthansa is taking off. Landing lights strobe. Although it's weird with the 2 taxi lines, and I can't really see. If I had something like Trek IR or something. Much easier. We got our...
Flaps up. Flaps
I
4.
think we had done that.
Flaps 10.
I guess there's no advantage to taking this outside one. We should have just taken that first taxi line, because this isn't... It's not... Yeah. Although I guess coming from this angle, it makes it easier to turn onto the runway. Off we go. Shift forward on the stick, not quite full power. Airspeed's alive.
80 knots.
Go ahead, rotate.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Positive rate, gears coming
Gear
up.
up. Flaps 4.
Alright, turn it to the left. Then nose down a little bit more. Climbing a little steep there, over a little over 4,000 feet a minute.
Flaps up.
Lock on the power just a little bit, just trying to stay under that 250. Backed up the power a little too much. Try to do some hand flying. We don't hand fly this plane very much. Trying to keep that thing with the flight director on the crosshair is not so easy. Yeah, we've gotten a little too high again. Auto throttles. Autopilot is on. Didn't do too bad a job, especially since it was turning the whole time. Text light comes off.
Flaps up.
Make sure the flaps are fully retracted. And take a look outside. As I said, open LC Europe. This is section 2 covering Scandinavia. That looks like a weird thing. Replaces Lang class. Helsinki, that looks really cool from above. Obviously tons of water in the area. And then we'll have Spain with open LC, section 7. Covering Spain and I think some other areas. I can't remember if it's Italy as well or not. Big area. Well, I guess, I mean, Helsinki is a big city. Alright, going through 8,500 feet. As I said, it's 1,606 nautical miles. Let's see what this says. Although it's going to be wrong. 1649. Yeah, 6 hours. Not going to take that long. It's a long flight, but not that long. Alright, crossing 10,000. Landing lights will go off. We'll cruise at 310 again. That served us pretty well coming over here. I think we loaded slightly heavy, so it's just kind of concerning. You know, I guess maybe the fuel burn isn't totally correct, but it's got to be pretty daggone close, to be honest. Wow, that is a really dense area. By the way, I don't even know. I think basically almost the entire time with the TriStar, we've been doing extremely dense for everything. The last however many flights I can remember. I know we did it in Phoenix, but coming over here, everything was extremely dense from Daytona Beach to every flight I can remember. I think even Mexico City, maybe the first flight to Mexico City, not everything was extremely dense. But I think even coming back the second time from Mexico City was even extremely dense. So she's been running pretty good. Even with the TriStar, which can be a little bit on the heavy on the frame rate, but that's been pretty good. So 15:31 now, so less than 5 hours. It'll go even quicker once we get up there. So I'll go ahead and speed her up, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Alright, everybody, slowing it down as we go past 10,000 feet. We gotta turn the landing lights on. I have it going to 3,300 feet. This has got 3,000. I want to make sure. I like to come in a little higher because it seems like the glide slope is usually above us in this plane. The ILS frequency is 110.3, so it's already actually in there. We're about 1,000 feet low, actually. Interesting. So our slower descent rate by about 400 feet a minute, 1,500 to 1,100. Actually, we need to be at like 9,600 on the next one. So that is basically flying almost freaking level. Because then the next one is 7,700. We're only 800 feet above that, and that's in 13 miles. Not sure where land is. It's over to our left apparently. Because I can't remember how we're coming into Barcelona. A lot of the stars didn't actually bring you to the ILS approach like it normally does. It just got you kind of close. Alright, listen a little quicker. As you can see, the last one is 029 degrees. It's actually 066, so it's off to the right. Nothing on the localizer just yet. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to fly straight after this. And then make a right turn. I'm trying to think in my head, I can't remember which star. There's two of them that I was looking at. Can't remember which one I chose. Actually, I think I did take the one from the left, didn't I? $7,700 feet. And I forgot, we gotta be under 250. We'll bring this down to 200. I don't know why I can't ever remember that. See, it's still nothing on the localizer. And it is runway 7 left. Up, localizer's alive. And we're out right on the glide slope, by the way. Localizer. Let's go over to the radio. I can't remember if I did that last time or not. I'm going to go ahead and arm the approach hold since we're right on the glide slope. To me, it seems like going into Helsinki, like I never hit radio.
Flaps 4.
7,000 feet. I don't know if I should have hit the approach hole, but because usually you hit it around 3,000 feet. But I guess, you know, it can bring you in from 7,000, right? Why it couldn't? And again, it lets it get below 200 knots, which I don't understand. Go down to 185. As it finally speeds back up, I gotta slow it back down. I'm not sure. See, I've got that. I'm not sure. I think maybe it moved it to 700 because that's what we're coming down at. And we're not using the FMC, so it's. I don't know. What is this? What are you doing? We need to be going left. Hello? We're not on it. We are not on it. See, the glide slope is actually below us, so we actually need to get down. But how close are we going to be to the daggone runway when we get back on here? It's going to be a wide turn to the left. Let's go ahead and get down a little quicker. How much fuel do we have? 2.5. We're fine on fuel if we have to go around and do this again. But heck, we're still 7 miles away from that waypoint at 3,000 feet. Arm that altitude. So it'll stay there. Yeah, I don't know if we should have armed it that far away. At least the approach hold. From that far away and at that altitude. But when it came on, I figured, what the heck? Just having a tough time keeping that speed. We are coming back up on the glide slope, though. I believe that's going to be the airport right over here. Coming back up on the glide slope. Slow that descent. Yep, there's the airport.
Flaps 10.
She's not acting right. Now it's acting like it's turned into it. But we're not descending, we're actually climbing. Son of a bitch. Plane is mine.
Flaps 18. Gear down. Gear down and locked.
That's a shame that it didn't want to work this time. Well, it seems like we've got 2 runways over to the right of the airport and then one to the left. I'm not sure. To be quite honest, I'm not sure which one is which.
Flaps 22.
Which one are we going to? This one or that one? Oh no. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's going to be this one. There might actually be only one over there, not 2. Like I was thinking.
Flaps 33.
Increasing the thrust. We need to pull our nose up just slightly. We're getting a little closer to the glide slope.
Flaps 42.
Alright, I'm going to back
Flaps
the flaps
33.
off one, just like we did last time. Kind of confused why that all didn't work this time. Still a little high. I'm back on the glide slope though. Catching back up to the glide slope now. Alright, we're pretty much on it.
500. 400. 300.
About to get a little low.
Minimums. 200. 100. 50. 40, 30, 20, 10.
A little off center line there. We started sweeping left to right. Maybe I should use one of those high-speed taxiways. Passed both of them. Here's another one. I'm gonna head off to the right because I think the main part of the airport is over to the right. So we'll take this one. Whoa. I'm all over the brakes now.
Barcelona.
Guess we're going to the gates only.
November 503 Papa Alpha. Request taxi to the gate.
We'll stop right here because we don't know where we're going.
Alpha. Taxi to gate 65. Via taxiway November 4, November 5, Romeo 4, runway 7. Left call Alpha. Tango
Landing lights
1,
off, strobe, anti-collision. Acknowledge that.
Gate 65. Via
Stop the
taxiway
recording.
November 4, November 5, Romeo 4, runway 7. Left off Alpha.
Flaps
Tango
22.
1,
Flaps 10.
Lockheed 3 Papa Alpha.
Flaps 4.
APU's coming on.
Flaps up.
Alright. Start our taxi here. Not sure how far over that taxiway was going, but we were moving real slow, so I didn't start to turn. We were actually doing really good on that landing, and at the end we did do a slight left to right. Just trying to not do that, but yeah. We've definitely gotten better. The past two have been very good. And I think one of the things is we're using less flaps. I think that's good, and we're coming quicker. I'm keeping her right at 140 for a very long time, and I think that's really helping too. Plus, we're really good on the glide slope. Well, I don't know if I should say we were good on the glide slope. This time we were coming in high, but at the end we were right on it, pretty much. People are apparently coming in. He's taking off. So maybe we came in the wrong way. According to... It was more of a crosswind, to be quite honest. If you were going to go more into it, it could have technically been this runway. But that's when I was looking at the weather earlier, which was a while ago. Not that long ago. It's right before we did the flight. Turn off the flight directors. That's very odd. We switch over to radio. You're supposed to do that. Are we not supposed? When we came into Helsinki, I'm gonna watch that replay on Helsinki. I can't remember if we did or not. I can't remember if we've been hitting it or not. If we just do it so often without even thinking about it. I'm not really sure. Kind of sucks that that's doing that. This is an older. This is from Aerosoft Mega Airport. Barcelona. It's an older one. It's both for 2004 and FSX. So, understandably, it's not going to be the most pleasant looking because it was made for older ones as well.
Barcelona, ground 320.
No entry.
Request taxi to the gate. 3206, taxi to gate 26, using taxiway golf 6, kilo warp delta.
Emirates over there.
Delta 3, delta warp delta Bravo, delta Sierra 6, Sierra 5, Bravo, whiskey.
Looks like DHL over here. That's where we should be. I guess I should have taken the taxiways off to the left and not the right, huh? I always pick the wrong one. So it's understandable that we would have to go back across. Looks like we've got a vehicle that just went across too. I was waiting for something to come across our screen for us to run over. And there's gates over here too. And of course the cargo area that we were just seeing, that DHL. So it looks like pretty correct. The cargo area is over here. This area isn't that bad though, I gotta say. is from Aerosoft, like I already said as well. Frame rate isn't that great. We actually getting better at Helsinki. Over here it's around 23 or so.
Barcelona, ground, Europa 6060, taxi to the gate.
Here comes that TriStar, using all that thrust. You can hear it's coming.
Taxiway, Kilo 3, Kilo 4, Kilo 5, Kilo 6, Kilo 7, Lima Sierra.
Hear those engines revving up, you know the TriStars are coming. Come on, vehicle, get away from us. You can just hear it. It's like right on us.
Europa 6060.
Stupid vehicle. And that's an Olympic cargo over there too. That's an MD-11. Look, that might be ours. Because we do have, this is air hauler, and air hauler puts our people in. Of course, that very well might be us. Isn't the best ever parking job, is it? That's not horrible. Parking brake is on.
Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Switch ourselves over to the APU. Taxi light, you come off. There we go. Don't want to hear them. Want to hear myself think. Alright. Fuel's cut to everything. Everything is off. Flaps are up. Everything looks good. We can go over to air hauler and get paid. Alright, here we are. Go ahead and unload her. We've already got KMK. Oh, that's a heavy one. 7,000 pounds more. Cigarettes. From Barcelona to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we're taking cigarettes. But we should be able to do that. That's a long flight. I can't remember if it's longer. It's got to be longer than Daytona Beach, right? Let's see. Daytona Beach to Helsinki is 4,500. Wow, this is 800 shorter. Yeah, it was 45, 48. So this is actually 800 miles shorter. Wow. All the way to Milwaukee, huh? Because, you know, Daytona Beach is obviously on the East Coast. And Milwaukee is more towards the center of the country, so I would have thought, although I guess Helsinki, yeah, Helsinki is way over here, isn't it? Alright, so that's why. That's why. Totally understandable. No scenery from Milwaukee, which you might imagine. Milwaukee to, I believe that's going to be the only one. If they had a small one, I guess we could take it with us, but I don't think they're going to. It's kind of a weird route anyway, Barcelona to Milwaukee. I think they do that a whole lot. We got 25 hours to do that. That's good. Alright, well, it's a pretty good landing, a little left to right, not quite on the center line and everything, but much better. We've been doing a lot better. I think that keeping around 140 and not quite going full flaps, I think, is helping. Plus, we've been on the glide slope a lot better. But that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.
$500. $400. $300. Minimums. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.